A very nice belated Happy New Year to all of you in the listening region from KTPR. This is Kurt reporting from the trenches. Just want to do a quick video to ring in the new year. I want to first start with a shout out to new players that I've met and seen over the course of the year. We have Roberto out of the Norton Battleground, Tucker out of Lotus, Sebastian from TBS, Alex also out of Norton Battleground, Steve from Lotus, and Pat out in Phyrexian in Maine. Welcome to the game, gentlemen, and I hope you have really good dice rolls and really enjoy the new box sets that are coming out in the near future. Having new people come into the game is always a joy. We are able to share the enjoyment of playing this game, as well as refining strategy and helping new players climb the ranks towards Kill Team Mastery. We have to give a significant shout out to the shops in our region that provide a haven and little beacon of Warhammer for all of us to congregate, roll dice, and fully enjoy this hobby and community that we are creating. Shops around our region that are providing havens for us to play games, build community, and roll dice include the Battleground Games, Framingham Norton, Vermont Gaming Academy, Chromatic Dragon Games, Diversity Gaming, The Crypt, Midgard Hobbies and Games, Phyrexian Life Games, Tabletop Nexus, the Battle Standard Tabletop Game and Hobby, Mana Crypt Gaming Center, Squabbling Goblin, Toy Soldier Games, Trevor Trove's Keep, Lotus Games, and 5-Star Games. Thank you, shop owners, for keeping your doors open, lights on, and allowing us hooligans to come in, roll dice, and enjoy the general sport and hobby that is Kill Team. If any of you in the listening community are frequenting other shops, please remember to just add it in the comments below. We'll add it to the list of places to play within the region. The Kill Team community is very excited to look forward to 5 major GT events in this calendar year. The next 3 coming up are going to be quite cool. First, in April, we have the Kill Team Retreat happening in Charlton, Mass. This is being organized between Wicked Dicey and John F. out of Connecticut. For more details, please feel free to contact me here at the station or look to the NEKT Discord online, and one of our friendly community members will help you out there. A couple months later, we have 2 major events during the summertime. Milton, up at the Vermont Gaming Academy, will be hosting the 2nd annual Scrap for the Strap, in which the winner gets a legit WWE belt. This is some excellent bragging rights, as well as a very nice trophy to hang on your wall. Those of you who are willing to make the drive to Burlington in beautiful Vermont, please contact Milton for further details and get registered for that event. Additionally, in June, the Wicked Dicey folks will be throwing Ironweld just north of Boston. This is a premier event for the region and is the sister event to Everwinter that just took place in December. Contact Will York or any of the Wicked Dicey guys for more details in order to book your tickets and rooms for that event. There are definitely other channels that cover this more in depth, and a big shout out to Ryan at Turning Point Tactics, John from Can You Roll Crit, and of course Andy, our pessimistic friend at Half Glass Dead, for continually providing us with very good analytics of the kill teams and their interactions. Just for a quick overview though, what happened this year in Kill Team? Early on in the year, we started with Brutal and Cunning, the Rattlings and Rekka box. I think it was the first inkling of the power creep that we've seen, the Rekka's ability to manifest hits out of nowhere. Following that was Blood and Zeal, Sanctifiers and Goremongers. Of course, the Sanctifiers hit the scene with a torrential clap of the Confessor's Mitre, as that weapon and their abilities definitely dominated for quite a bit. Typhoon came shortly after on its heels with the long-awaited Tyrannid team, as well as Battleclade, which gave us a mind-numbing puzzle to destroy our enemies. Of course, with the newest map edition, Tomb World came out, and the largest power creep, with Canoptic and Death shooting straight to the top of the meta, and top of team picks, as people have really enjoyed these strong teams. To close out the year, Dead Silence was the final box, introducing Stealth Suits and Wolf Scouts, 2 teams that seem to be well received by the Kill Team community. Out of these boxes, I personally bought Typhoon and Tomb World. I also was able to get my hands on the Wolf Scouts team, and a good friend of mine purchased the Brutal and Cunning Rattlings and Rekkas. Throughout these teams, I have played Raveners, Battleclade, and Canoptic Circle, as well as I had my first game with Wolf Scouts just this week. I will say power creep is real. I'm noticing the newer teams are quite stronger compared to some of the teams I've played in the past. I'm a Commandos Nemesis Claw player. I do like the bad guys within our lore, and the newest bad guys are definitely the hardest hitting. Canoptic is no joke. Dimensional Eraser Gun and Accurate 2 make the game easier for that pilot. Thank you so much for those of you who have lasted this far into my video, as the average watch rate is around 1.5 to 6 minutes depending on length. So I challenge you, get that extra 30 seconds. Now, my personal year in review, for my personal year in review as a Kill Team player, I was able to make it to 8 separate tournaments this year. Started out with the Battle Standard in February and March, single day, 3-game events. Thought I was a super badass and upped my game to Ironweld in June. Did not have a very good tournament personally. I went 1-5 with Nemesis Claw and learned some humility as well as some of the real high-end competition that can happen within this game. September, October, and November were quite fun tournament months for me, as I did an extended narrative event in the Jacoris system. Be on the lookout for future episode 5 or 6 specifically about that event, as it featured 3 separate one-day tournaments for a total of 9 games that told a really fun narrative arc. Hey, and in the end, we all got to drive tanks. You heard that for real. Tanks. That is vehicles in Kill Team. November itself was a very big month for Kill Team, as New England hosted the first interstate team tournament. The World's Championship happened the 22nd, and there were several one-day, 3-game events at local LGSs. I personally played in the Jelly Day tournament that happened on November 22nd, when we were all wishing we could have been at Worlds. Shout out to Milton, Mike, and the other New England players who were there. Last but not least, I finished my year off with the Everwinter tournament. It was the sister event to Ironweld that happened in the summer. This was, again, a 2-day, 5-game event, and I showed significant progress. Went 1-4 in the summertime, and I went 2-1-2 in the wintertime. This coming year, my goal to go 3-2 at the GTs. It's all about incremental progress. If I were to compare myself to a chess player, I'd say I'm around 13 to 1400, working my way up the ELO scale. I'm an intermediate skilled player, but not all the way there. Thank you again for everyone who has subscribed, liked, and shared, commented, etc. on the channel. It's the only way we're going to grow naturally. We really appreciate all the eyeballs who come our way. For those of you who are interested, head out to your local LGS, roll some dice, play some Kill Team, and join the community this coming year. Welcome 2026. Let's hope it's better than that miserable crapshoot of 2025. Be well, y'all. Peace.